drop hot fire,
Oh, yeah.
just like slam it down right there. But yeah, they are trying to beef up their KDA because who doesn't want to at this point? But I think both teams are playing semi well. I don't think they're playing, at 120%. I do think they kind of toned down, kind of relaxed. They're still having a lot of fun with it.
Well, definitely great to see them actually being a little bit more relaxed in this sort of approach where, so much tension, you might just crack under pressure. And now heading towards possibly the final game of the series if Onic PH could be able to clinch yet another victory.
Yep.
And Deus Vult here hoping to actually bring it to game 3.
Yeah, and they immediately banned out the Masha. The Masha has been just the bane of their existence for the longest time, even in the previous matches, especially against EVOS, where it's just like, we have to deal with you every single time. In every match they have to deal with it, so might as well just ban it out now that you're on blue side. Happy days.
Well, definitely happy days. They don't really need to worry about focusing so much resources on one Masha. It was a whole lot of control. Well, I'm thinking that with this blue side pick here, they definitely could get the Grok in hand.
Yeah. I mean, they're thinking about it, like, do they want to ban out the Grok for the side of Onic? I think that it's about the X-Borg and the Harith. Yeah, both of them have been really just dominating the game for the most part. If you leave them be, as we saw 10-second gaming, like, with a single Harith, you can do quite a lot of work. Grok going to be locked in by Deus Vult. Onic Esports probably going to be picking up the X-Borg themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty much for sure. Maybe the Halos to actually pair with it as well.
That's
a good
shout, yeah.
Definitely one good way to actually start things off. Or even the Lunox could be picked up right here if they want to. It's not really the highest priority on the list for the time being, but Onic usually will be able to actually force that sort of pick upon the side of Deus Vult in that sort of sense, so that if they were not to go in for something that's pretty much solid, then well, too bad.
Yeah, they could also arguably lock in their marksman if they wanted to, because now they've been given the X-Borg, so it kind of changes up your opening. Last 2 seconds here, they lock in the Esmeralda.
Wow, well, of course seen it banned a couple of times now. They finally get that being freed up. It's going to be the Rafaela as well as Claude being snatched away instead. So this time, Onic PH will be able to actually play the exact one, but Deus Vult is mirroring the exact same composition that Onic PH had in round 1.
Yeah, agreed. And so far, I mean, it's not too bad, especially against the Esmeralda. Though the Blazing Duet Shield will be completely absorbed, I think they have a lot of disengagement potential, with the Battle Mailer image, with the Holy Baptism, in case, Esmeralda kind of gets ahead, wants to get onto that back line. They have options to kind of disperse.
Yeah, I would say that that's definitely one way to actually play around that. And now, Onic here, I'm thinking that they could definitely try something different, since they do have a little bit of leeway in that sort of sense. But Valor, yep, definitely that sort of difference to be brought in. So they could possibly burn down any sort of the targets that's right in the front line. And even better yet, if you could actually burst down Rafaela in time, then that would be great.
Yeah, and it's what's really nice about it is that, like, oh hey, look, you want to get away from Esmeralda, we get it. But I think honestly, if you switch out the Rafaela to pick up something like a Valir, that's just like such a big plus, and it really deters your opponent from playing the Rafaela, because he gets on top of him. I'm gonna Falling Star Moon right on top of your Valir. Valir is just like, yeah, you know what?
You can just walk it off.
Yeah, sit back, girl, sit back down, queen.
Yeah, and then speaking of all these sits here, a lot of these players, of course, had a really long day, and now that they are trying to actually get themselves all these sort of wins to bring back home, and of course hold their heads up high for of course heading in towards that playoff runs. Well, in that sort of sense, Deus Vult as well as Onic PH may not qualify, but they should be well on the watch on some of all these teams that will be competing. And Hellcat here, big man away. What do you feel about this?
I mean, they're just making sure that they're denying options. Like, hey, with the Hellcat, your Valir is kind of struggling because he goes in, gets the initial silence, and he can basically, if he has full stinger charges, instantly one-shot the Valir. But they're also going to go for the Gushin as well, and I think that's even more reason to get rid of this Hellcat.
Well, triple mage setup. Not too sure how I really want to react to this. that's going to take a lot of resources, but I think it's really good. There's a lot of ways to actually shut down the Claude in that sort of sense. So it's more like an all-in composition. Great dives coming in from all around Onic PH.
Yeah, and it might be throwing. Hopefully, Deus Vult doesn't fall too far into it. They just got to stick to their guns, play their own game. Finally, Kimmy is going to be going through. Haven't seen Kimmy too often these days, especially in Group D. But hey, it's nice to see her back on. 3 more seconds. What's it going to be? Is it going to be their final pick here? Badang. They've got a great scaling composition.
That's right, and with that Badang coming in, they will be able to shed some of all the shields that is coming out of that Esmeralda. Now, Dyrov is one pick that definitely is off the radar. Yesterday it was being brought in by one of the teams, and this is going to be the very final pick for Onic PH, so they could definitely go for that 1v1 fight once more.
Agreed. And I think with Dyrov, especially when you put him in that offlane, arguably everybody could be in the offlane in this point. Let's see how. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that Dyrov is going to be in that offlane. Okay, that to me, that's like one certainty that I can be confident about until I'm proven wrong otherwise. Just going to, put that there, disclaimer. But yeah, I think Dyrov, when he comes against Badang can't really do too much. He still has to play the lane relatively safe, and even if he does get locked up by the fist crack into fist break into fist crack, Dyrov just has the abyssal step to kind of hop over the wall and be like, okay, thanks, bye, I don't want to be a part of this anymore.
Yeah, like you have so many safety net. If he takes the flicker as well, then yeah, like
even better, yeah.
Even better, like you could just go in and out of that sort of skirmish. But the Badang pick is definitely one to look out for because he definitely has enough sort of the tankiness in that sort of way that it's pretty much natural, and you get built pretty much like things like some people like to put in like Demon Hunter or something just to add into some of the on-hit effects as well.
Bit more kick.
Yeah, that's, well, speaking of kick here, Chao's definitely one pretty often pick that we saw.
True,
but heading into this sort of matchup here, let's see which one of these guys will be landing the first blow for that first blood.
Agreed. And speaking of Chao, it's surprising that overall the competition that hasn't been such a major priority of Chao. Ooh, my Venus is taking quite a bit of damage here. The Grok Kimmy exceptionally good, especially at level 1. You have the range and you've got like a butt ton of damage from the Grok based off his base damage. It's like, what can you really do?
Yeah, there's nothing much that you could possibly do when he just goes in, just clears off the wave with just one swing. And now, Blar, with that 1v1, yep, you're pretty much correct. It's just going to be him doing all the soloing stuff. But looking at the top side, though, a little happy as well as Sunset. Well, I just love the positivity of both of these duos' name itself. They're going to be able to steal that plate. I'll take that back.
Yeah, but they still two camps. But on the other side, Onic is trying to make it happen. Zika taking quite a bit of damage here, forcing out the flicker from the Dyrov. And now they're trying to turn this around. Sword Spike and Shadowblade Slaughter has been popped. He's going to hit level 4 first, so Deus Vult has to kind of back away. They don't want the opportunity to set up Wise for a major double kill.
But they're looking for a dive already. Greeks just going to go in for that sort of tank. And wow, that burst coming from Delar. That was some immense damage output coming from Onic PH.
That was a pretty good reaction time. He got it just as Wise was taking the sword spike and everybody was coming in, catching 3 members. Let's look at that one more time. Fist break, creating that wall to force out the flicker from the Dyrov.
Yeah, at least he did pull out one of the spells right outside. So if they were to go in for a 1v1 again, then that will be a little bit more commitment being put in. So for the side of Venus, still managing to actually hold on alongside with Esmeralda over the top side here. And now there will be a little bit of a contest on the turtle, but if it's a contest for you guys to redeem this code right down below, because it's only going to appear every once in a while. This might just be the last one, and there we go. Well, I can do just dealing a little bit of damage, bringing a little Happy to 50%. Yep, now coast is clear with Wise waiting from the back as well.
Is he not going to take the sword spike? Oh, yes, he does.
Oh, there we go.
Back. Oh, but it buys enough time for the Battle Mirror image. Good timing coming in from Deus. Oh, like that was close. Oh, Mass Insanity. Oh, he flickers forward. Green. He wants to pick something up here. Again, Firestones. Fire Stick is going to be pulled out. Oh, no, one more hit. If he goes down, but he quickly flickers out of the way. Oh, my Venus is trying to hold on still, but he gets the empowered Fireball. Actually is so close to clipping Sawo.
Yeah, just a couple inches away to land over on Sawo, but over the bottom side, let's focus our attention onto Zika. He's right now hiding behind the turret range, and Delar hoping to actually connect some of the shots.
Oh!
So, shots being fired, and Delar secures that kill.
I didn't expect it to reach all the way to the end. I thought it was just like a little short, but it was just enough distance, and he gets punished for it. And now Onic going to keep on their onslaught as they continue to clear up Turtle, or holding the position of Turtle to hopefully bait a fight. But again, you can see Delar, no control over the bottom lane anymore with Rocky Kimmy coming in.
Here we go with Alakanu initiating the fight with a falling star, and here we have one more kill happening off screen as well over the bottom side, and Turtle going over the side of Onic PH. 3 kills to 1, and Green going in with a lot of tension here. Last Insanity being popped, and he will flicker just to secure the kill, but instead it was only 1 down of health left, and they will walk away.
Oh, he should have committed to that. He should have committed to it. He had the heal as well. He might have been able to survive, or at least trade. Ooh.
What new?
Well, I mean, he helps over the wall. I'm surprised he actually made it. Like, I thought he was going to get clipped in the end, but the very end here, Fist Crack doesn't get to kill Wise. Just, yeah, he doesn't have enough damage, but Wise happily just throws this Shadow Blade Slaughter into Sword Spike and just takes a full combo into the face.
I just love how he's playing this Gushing with so much flair. He can easily just move in and out as he please. Now, it's of course going to be a Y4 here, slowly holding it towards the top side, and I would say Deus Vult here is losing that sort of early game pressure that they are very well known for.
Yeah, and again, like, what can they do at this point? They have to kind of play from backwards. Oh, is he going to steal the buff? No, he does not. Zika holds still, but he's going to take a full combination. So, oh, with the last Insanity as well. He dashes right on out of there to hopefully catch it off. Green with the last Insanity, but instead, he dies instead. Real talk, can we get a JoJo Bizarre Adventure skin for Madonna?
Someday
like
we will.
That's $1 million idea right there. Mutun, right there, $1 million idea for a skin.
Oh, maybe it's after that M1, we might just get 1 extra skin. Sawo running up with a wall charge, and that will be finally getting shut down as well. Venus trying to run for his life, and there will be blood as we see all 3 members covering the tracks. Venus being forced to use the flicker, but to no avail, he will not escape.
Yep, Deus Vult slowly catching up back up into this game for what used to be a 4K goal lead has now become at least a 3K goal lead.
Now, so let's just bring in the charge for a little bit, and I just like how they have so much of all these flickers on the side of Onic Beach if they were ever to be caught in that situation. You talk about Badang opening a Fist Crack, it wouldn't really matter all too much. That's going to be Turtle in the hands of Onic Beach without any sort of casualties at all.
So far, I mean, Badang needs to scale. Same thing as Sunset. Sunset already has the Demon Hunter sword. Same goes with Zika here. However, they need that golden staff before they really have that pump.
Yep, speaking of a pop here, Wise is gonna get popped instead. He's hopping right back, hoping that Venus will be able to save him. Whoa, no. That flicker though! That's not enough.
Oh man, at least the passive from Rafaelia would have secured the kill anyway, but you know, this one they traded 1 for 2 here. It's still pretty in their favor, I'm not gonna lie, but the rest of the team is slowly pulling back. Green playing with fire, I like his character. Oh, the Piranga armor does break off very quickly, giving him a lot of distance. However, Zika, he's not done just yet. He wants him. Pigong Fist already in, but the gauge is full, and the slow is a little too much.
Where are you running, my boy?
Still dance around them. Another kill being handed over to Sunset. Here you go.
Well, I think by that point, Green was just trolling around. Like, he could have just run up towards that Lord Pit in that sort of sense, but instead he goes in for a wraparound in between the towers. What was he thinking? But we'll get the top side though. I like the new, also drawing in a lot of tension, but this is well worth it because they are opening up the mid lane tower.
Yeah, and now 2 members have been given over to Deus Vult. The goal lead still maintaining at 3. The only problem is that Deus Vult hasn't been able to find a way to really punish Onyx. Like, yes, you are getting these picks. Yes, certain members are slowly getting ahead, but in the end of the day, you need to get those objectives. All these leads is building up to this Lord.
Well, speaking of the Lord here, of course, we're not going to be seeing it all too soon. It's only 7 minutes into play. Well, Turtle, though, will be coming up online in less than 10 seconds, with Delar still going on for that sort of solo lane over in the bottom lane. And looking at Onic here, they don't really have much camps being left, so perhaps they need to play a little bit more proactively. Maximum charge not landing onto anything at all. Well, there's a little bit of pressure coming in from QB, and here goes. A little happy, getting stunned up.
He's going to get hit by that last Insanity. Game popped instantaneously. The passive coming in, but Sunset already with the Golden Snap coming in with a Blazing Duet, forcing out my Venus to back away. Pretty good chunk count, but still no profit.
Well, speaking of profit there, they almost get a little bit more profit over onto Greed. And for Zika as well as Koopy here, they're pretty much very far on their back line here to even deal chunks of damage towards the side on PH. And although the graph here tells you that 7 kills are on the side of Deus as well as on PH with 8, but the goal is definitely favoring the side of Onic for now, because that did manage to secure a whole lot more of that sort of objective. And look at Tao though, getting chunked out.
The beauty of Gushin is that he chunks out Grok like a lot. It's very difficult to kind of face check when you just bought her Holy Crystal. She's going to be really difficult. Again, a lot of these big boy items coming into the game already. Let's see how they play this out. Ooh, Wise getting a good hit, but yeah, I don't think he is going to focus on forward. Blazing Duet being popped by Sunset.
Same goes to the Aspen Saturday as well, killing spree for the Clot as you speak of it. The Lara will be the next one to fall. And now, will they actually chase on the Greed? Well, you know what to say, Greed is good, but you cannot actually go with those over-aggressions from time to time. Canoe gets one free tower while Wise waits for a little Happy to pass by. There goes the Blades, calling all the way in, and Sao's just gonna hit him right from the back. And wow, mega kill. Going in for Koopy.
Sao just made him a stagnant content, but Esmeralda is going to chase him down. The Power Nade just going to run out, and now he's in trouble. He goes down instantaneously. Zika trying to make out with the fist crack and fist break. He's locked in. He can't get out. He needs to break free. He goes down. Finally, they're trading kill for kill.
Let's see a little bit more of that fight coming from Koopy. Just trying to give him a little bit of back massage over on the Esmeralda. Then that's one free buff up for grabs for Greed. Wow. This is the beauty of playing the expert. Once you have that immortality, you are somewhat unkillable in that sort of sense, especially when you have Firaga armor being popped here with the last Insanity. One more hit will do the trick, but they will have to fall back with Venus backing him up.
Yeah, they're going to peel back once more. Oh no, Zika is in trouble. Delar trying. Does he have his ultimate? Yes, he does. Delar didn't even pop. He didn't even pop his ultimate to ensure the kill. It's like, nah, I got this. Don't worry, he's low enough.
Yeah, and Zika trying again, and again. It was pretty close to actually take down the Deroff, but Delara just by the edge of that fist crack right there won't be able to actually do all too much now. Wise as well as Venus slowly camping out for a little bit more movements. They're trying to bait members of Divu as we see them all inside the brush.
They back away, and now they're going to give up. They're going to give up the Lord this time around to the side to Onic PH because they can't really contest it for the most part. They're chucking it out decently fast, but they need to make something happen. But Wise is going to be the gatekeeper here. Takes his sword spike back into Lord. He's going to be A-OK as Dyroth's going to be running away, forcing out the flicker. Can't deal with the Padam.
Well, very clean movements coming in from Onic PH, of course, forcing the Grok back, which gives them a lot more room to just secure that Lord. And speaking of the Grok here, that's going to be Venus as well as Wise immediately spawning out and calls in for a retreat. Lord's going to be marching down from the bottom side here. And I just love how Onic PH does all these split pushes to actually get so much more advantage out of this game.
Yeah, they're getting quite a big lead on their side. And with Lord knocking onto Deus Vault's door, they have to answer this. This is going to be one big team fight. Let's see how this plays out.
There we go. There's just a little bit of escort movement coming in from the side of Onic PH, and Villar looking for that flank. That Lord's just going to go down before it even touches the tower, and there's no more minutes being left. Maximum charge being landed over on the Wise, and here goes Sao on the front lines once again, trying to defend that tier 2 mid, but that tier 2 mid will 4 concentrated energy being popped there for the Gushin.
Pretty good deal for Deus Vault. Lord goes down, you lose a couple of tier 2s, it's like kind of whatever at this point because you're really waiting for that 40k mark, and by the time that Lord comes back up, you're going to be pretty close to finishing off your last core item.
That's right. Speaking of core items right here, we're seeing Sunset with a huge chunk of damage. Blazing Duet connects, but he will fall back, respecting the distance that he just pulled up because the Esmeralda is pretty much close by. And speaking of a little bit of that 1v5 situation, Greed does not even care to invade some of all these enemy territories, especially the jungle.
Yeah, and strangely enough, I mean, Cloud could continue to move forward. Esmeralda was very close by. If he took the risk, he might have been able to get the kill, but traded the kill instead. So in his mind, it wasn't really that worth it. Greed loses his Faraga armor. They're going to try and push in to the base. The Shadowblade Slaughter is chunking them out a little bit, but Sawo, he's clearing up the waves up front, tanking a little bit of damage. It's a good payoff, but again, no damage is going through onto that inhibitor.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit more time as the bottom as well as top side wave is crashing right in. And there goes Sunset, committing into this fight here with the Blazing Duet. There's enough shield coming from Esmeralda to tank it through. And they're just going to wait for the next one, and the next one, and the next.
I mean, the Blazing Duet is a good ability, is a great spell, a great ultimate, but Esmeralda just absorbs the shield and just makes it her own. So really, he's not doing as much damage as he wants to. If she didn't have that ability to steal your shield, then I guess she'd probably get one shot at this point. But Onic PH just gonna slowly play this game and chuck him out. Another 77 more seconds until Lord spawns back up.
Agreed. So already having his immortality up on the perfect defense, and here comes Sunset with the Blazing Duet, chunking them out, and Greed flickering out of the battle as well. Koopy's gonna go in for the hunt, and Koopy gets that kill over Valor. 1 versus 1 against Zika as well. Dilar on the ton, and he is trying to take down Little Happy. There we go!
His ult got canceled. Sunset is going to take him out. He's trying to walk his ult. Does he actually get it? No! He is able to trade a kill. Esmeralda picks up the final hit. They trade 4 for 4 here, and now it's just Zika versus this Esmeralda and Grok.
It's no longer fair as we see the fist crack and fist break already being used out. And of course, with the support coming in from Sawo, didn't really need him anyways.
I mean, the real question is Muda? Because he just got absolutely demolished with the fist crack and the fist break. Zika is, I mean, he is just huge.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, Zika, of course, heading into the late game, playing a little bit more better with those items already up online. Speaking of items here, I would like to check out what Zika already has.
Yeah, let's, oh man, he's already level 15. He's got his ultimate back up. Somebody is gonna die.
Oh, yeah. I'm not too sure who, but if they get caught out, then shame on them.
Or like, who is willing to walk up to this, to him? Oh, I mean, Wise, he's getting pretty close, and Sawa's being the living Lord. They're keeping track of it. They know that Lord is going to be the big contention point, but again, Pod is on buff. Like, both teams want to get the buffs for him. They want to set themselves up perfectly to take up this next fight, to create the optimal atmosphere.
We're also looking at they're possibly going in for that sort of push. So if they were not too careful, Deus Vult might just lose one tower and have the crystal being wide open up for grabs for Onic BH.
Looks like Badang is going to the back. Oh no! Gushion's in trouble and goes down straight away. Dalar, his push means nothing now. Zika is just going to sit there like, come on, walk up further. I'm going to go for the full combination here.
Well, speaking of combination here, a lot of commitment in towards the mid lane, and whoa, they still get the tower. They're going in for the dive as well. 1v1, Zika versus Dilar. Look at the burst. He does not care. He is an immortal, and now it will be Koopy taking out the Valor, farming the fight. But look at the back though. Dirov's going in for a flank as well. Now, is he able to actually fend off all 4 members? Flicker being popped away as well, as they are still eyeing on that Lord. Here comes Sawo, looking for Greed. Greed still has the armor. It will be popped away. That he cannot run at all. Koopy. My, oh my.
This is not looking good. Even though they broke an inhibitor, they're kind of struggling. Oh wait, no, Dyrok, he's coming back in. So while they're doing well, he's gonna go back in one more time. Somebody has to offer their life off to Dyrok here one more time, as Onic BH is using the Esmeralda to deter them. He's buying a lot of time here.
Oh my, the rat coming in from the bottom side does not mean anything at all as they commit to this fight, looking for Wise, as there will be the wall charge stopping him, which means there's only one Dirop living for Onic PH, and now they can safely attempt this sort of the Lord attempt.
Are they going to try this one more time? I don't think they've run out of bodies to kind of throw at Deus Vult at this point.
Well, I think that for the side of Onic PH, they were definitely biting a whole lot more than they could chew in that sort of sense. And looking at the graph now, really favoring on the side of Onic PH, but then again, the numbers don't really matter by now. They should have all their big items up on both sides.
Yeah, they all should have their big items, as you mentioned. but I don't know. I think it's pretty even for both sides. Like, it's anybody's game, but Sunset has better scaling, and he's doing a phenomenal job locking out Onic PH because their scaling isn't as hard as a marksman. Like, no matter what mage you're using, it's still pretty difficult.
Now, I'm not too sure if Onic PH could still find a way to actually close out some of all these sort of areas, because this sport's going to bring them a little bit more of that hassle into its defending the top side as well as the bottom side of the tower. They're already giving one tower away over a bot lane to Koopy, so now all eyes are fixed over the mid lane here as Green tries to pull this wave aside. Same goes to Lord, getting distracted here as side of the Deus Vult could not possibly commit to that push anymore.
Yeah, but on bottom side, they have a wave. They might be able to break into an inhibitor at the very least, because Claude has so much damage. They just need a couple of times. Green coming in with the last insanity, pops it straight away. He's in trouble now. He's locked down. The immortality is going to keep him back alive. Maximum impact. Sawo turns back with the wild charge. Green is still in trouble. The Firaga armor isn't going to break just yet, but they're already in the back line. Tyrell, he's coming in for the big hit. Blazing Duet already being popped. Kimmy is still back alive. Kill me. He's still alive. They're pushing up forward. 3v3. Sawo's in trouble. 1 HP, but he's still alive. And again, Sunset fighting back. He has the life steal. He life steals off of a minion and now pushes forward with the battle mirror image. The rest of the team kills them off. I think they might have opened up a huge hole. They got him.
Look at Venus still trying to hang it on for Onic PH, and by the edge of it all is still alive, but there's not longer any sort of base longer for the side of Onic PH as we are bringing this all the way to game 3.
Yep, and finally Deus Vult get their win, bringing it to 1-1 against Onic Philippines.
Wow, this is definitely the very first victory for Deus Vult after working so hard. And could we just say this comeback is none of them have been able to secure it until that fight break loose. They